Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my corner of the internet. My name is Jason, and today we're playing some Elder Scrolls Arena. Now, before we go ahead and get started, I just wanted to go ahead and cover something. Now, when you install the game from the Anthology, now the nice people at Bethesda went and put some default settings for DosBox that were actually rather stupid. So, first I'm going to show you, in case you bought the game, how to actually get the game to perform well, because chances are right out of the box it's gonna work like crap, and you don't want that. So first you're gonna go to the install directory, and for me it's C drive, program files, Bethesda Softworks, and then Arena. Go to the DosBox folder and open up arena.conf. That should open up in Notepad. I'll try to resize the window here so you can see that all on my recording region. Now, I'm going to scroll down to, the first thing here is where it says scaler. It says ADVI interp 3x. Basically, it's saying, as far as scaling, it does a little bit of, we'll say, magic to sort of blend pixels together to make things look a little bit more smooth. But I find it gets rid of some of that. It gets rid of the pixels, basically, the real pixelated look. It gets rid of that, but to me it takes away a little bit of the game. So I'm actually going to change this. This is a personal preference thing, to normal 3x. And that basically means it's just going to take the original render resolution and blow it up by 3 times. So that's optional. What you really want to look under is under CPU, where it says cycles. Max limit 15,000. Way too low. With these settings here, the game will run barely playable on the lowest graphic settings. Come on, guys. We're in 2014 here. The game came out in, what was it, 93, 94? Come on. So let's, we need this to run well on modern systems. I'm going to go ahead and change this to 35,000. And then I should be able to max out everything. All right, so once you've gone ahead and done that, you go ahead and hit save, Control S. If it's the first time you've done it, it'll probably say you can't save. Just go ahead and save it to your desktop, and then copy and paste it into this folder here. Alright, so I'll see you in game. And here we are, and yep, I was right. 1994. The Elder Scrolls, Chapter 1, The Arena. The best techniques are passed on by the survivors. Gaiden Shinji, Blade Master. From the first era, sometime. So 4 centuries, different factions battled in petty wars and border conflicts until in 2E 896, Tiber Septim crushed all those who opposed him and took control, proclaiming himself as emperor. Still, the bitter years of war had its effect on the populace. Wow, this goes by quick. So basically, let's talk about every day the people of the lone world began calling the land of the sorrow of the arena. Now, blah blah, after took control and kept the peace, the land of the arena had a new threat. The Emperor Ural Septimus celebrates his 43rd birthday, but jealous hearts who desire the throne and plot his downfall. Excuse me. It is said that hope flies on death's wings. Prepare then, for as the Elder Scrolls foretold, it will be here that your adventure begins. Alright. Sorry about that. So we miss out a little bit of story, but hopefully, you can go ahead and pause the video. I don't have that luxury, but yeah, you can go ahead and pause the video and go ahead and reread that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start a new game, and maybe I should turn down the volume a little bit. Ural Septim IV, Emperor of Tamriel, stands with Jalin, leader of blah blah. They have been summoned by Jagar Thorn, Imperial battle mage of the Empire, on rumors of treachery. The Emperor is betrayed and transported to a dimension of Thorn's choosing. So he's not killed. That's good, I guess. After months of preparation, Jagar Thorn takes the throne. Rhea Selmain, once Thorn's apprentice, is captured before she can warn the Elder Council of the treachery, blah blah blah. Manipulating the essence of magic, Thorn prepares to take true Emperor's place as ruler of the known land. The Imperial wizard wastes no time in gathering his servants. I guess that's a servant. And turning them into twisted counterparts of the Emperor's Guard. So how do you want to select your class? You know, normally I just go ahead and select a class, but I figured let's add an element of randomness to this Let's Play. I've typically I played a warrior before, I've played an assassin. Let's just go ahead and hit generate. And I believe if you're familiar with the Elder Scrolls series, this means they're going to ask me a series of questions, and based on my answers, they'll give me a class. So let's see here. 10 questions shall be asked that will determine the path of your destiny. The scroll bars, scroll the parchment up or down. Use the A, B, or C keys to answer the questions. Alright, let's see here. You have a great aunt and a great uncle living in 2 different nearby villages, both of whom have asked your father to allow you to live with them for a few weeks. Asked your father to... Okay. Your father knows where he plans to send you, but he's curious about your opinion. Given the choice, would you rather? So I've got a great aunt and a great uncle living in 2 different nearby villages. Can I... Oh, that's a... I gotta click and drag, I guess? So would you rather live with your great aunt, a wise old woman of considerable wealth, living in luxury for a few weeks could... not only be enlightening, it could also be very interesting. You could live with... Oh, no. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, that's cool. So basically clicking on the bottom scrolls it that way. It's a little bit confusing, I guess, but... Alright, but it's kind of cool. I love the scroll moving effect. You can live with your great uncle, a sick old man who has always been something of a stranger to you. A few weeks with him may be arduous, but he is in more need of your help than your great aunt. Or you can think of a way to divide your time between your great aunt and great uncle. Perhaps you will not be able to spend as much time with either as much as you would like, but neither would be left out. This is a tough decision. Let's see here. Live with the great uncle. Oh, let's be a. I'm gonna go C. I can't choose. Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and even worse, likes to call you it in front of your friends. You have asked him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush. What do you do? Make up an even more embarrassing nickname for him and use it constantly until he learns his lesson. You know, this actually sounds a lot like a question in a later Elder Scrolls game. Let's see. Make up a story that makes your nickname a badge of honor instead of something humiliating. Beat up your cousin and tell him that if he ever calls you that nickname again, you will bloody him worse than that this time. Typo. I'm gonna actually go ahead with B. Make up a story that makes your nickname a badge of honor instead of something humiliating. Okay, so we see, I like that. Let's see the bolts going up and lighting up different constellations. So looks like a mage is starting to light up and a thief is too. So while fishing one sunny afternoon, you find that the boots, which you just discarded, are now full of ants who are busily making their way from a piece of bread you dropped to their anthill. Do you pick up the boots, wash all the ants off now, even though you are not leaving until dusk? Watch the ants, curious as to how they work so efficiently and content to live and let live. Make boots out of leaves and then send each ant down the stream to pass the time until a fish bites. Make boats, not boots, boats! Out of leaves and then send each ant down the stream. I'm gonna go ahead with A. Get rid of them. I don't want them on my boots. Althassa, a friend, has been beat by a boy several years older than either of you or her. She asks for your help. Are you more inclined to gather a bunch of friends together and ambush the boy, teaching him a lesson about bullying? Tell Althassa to avoid the bully, no reason to make things worse than they are. Or challenge the older boy, knowing that you will probably take a beating, but confident that if you do it enough times, he will move on to pick someone who is an easier target. The smarter thing is to get a bunch of people, but then again, it's not really fair. Do we want to be fair? Heck no. We want to win by any means possible. Your father tells you one night the story of his battle at Borum Valley, where his men had routed the enemy. They would have captured them all if not for the brave sacrifice of a young sergeant on the opposing side, who held a pass long enough for his men to retreat to safety. He had done so knowing that it would cost him his life. If you had been that man, would you have fled, rationalizing that your experience with battle tactics was too valuable to be wasted and could make the difference later? Held the pass also, so that the men under your command could flee, though it meant your life? Or search for some means to distract the enemy, so that your men might have the possibility of escaping, but not at the cost of your own life? Hey, if that's an option, I'd go with that. You're hunting in the King's Hunt, a contest in which the best hunter will win riches enough to live comfortably for the rest of his or her life. You track a white stag many of you had shot at earlier. You are alone as you examine the stag and recognize the arrow as one fired from your friend's bow. As you retrieve the arrow for closer examination, you hear your friends arrive. Do you claim to have fired the arrow that hit the stag, thus gaining the honor of the kill? Show the others the arrow and proclaim your friend the archer of the day? Or suggest dividing the prize, reasoning that although your friend's arrow brought down the heart, all of you were instrumental in the tracking and the kill. Contest in which the best hunter. Well, if we're all working together. But if he was the one who hit it, but he just might have been right time, right place, you know. I'm gonna go ahead with C. Practicing alone. Man, how many questions are there? Practicing alone, you develop a new fighting style you are very excited about. When you mention to Arms Master, Festil tells you that it would never work in practical combat. Do you use the new style in the middle of a class spar? When it works, Festil will be forced to admit its practicality, or give a reason for not accepting it. Keep asking Festil questions about it, focusing on details of the form to find his objection. Eventually, it will have to give more specific criticism, or accept his word without question. Arms Master Festil has been fighting since your grandfather's day. He knows a flawed style when he sees it, and it is better not to waste his or your time asking why. No! Just because someone knows a lot doesn't always mean that they've covered everything. So let's go with B. I want to know exactly what his objection is, and then maybe I can fix that one thing, if it's legit. An old man stops you on the way to market, claiming to have been robbed. He's lying on the trail and seems gravely injured. He asks you to run to town and get the constable. You give him your word that you will go directly to town and bring the constable back. As you make your way back, you notice a suspicious man creeping along another trail. He doesn't seem to notice you yet. Do you follow the man, reasoning that if this man is the robber, you could lead the constable directly to him and safeguard other travelers, although it would mean breaking your word? Take note of him, but continue on, reasoning that the man on the trail is hurt too badly to stop, regardless of any other consideration. Or take note of him, but continue on, reasoning that your word is your bond, and that it takes precedence over anything else. No. You gotta be reasonable. Let's go with B. A good friend of yours is in love with a girl from a neighboring village. Man, if there's any more, I'm just gonna fast forward through these. A girl who barely knows him, he is extremely shy and inexperienced, and he pleads for your help. Would you suggest he go to her immediately and declare his love? If the relationship is to be, he needs to be honest from the start. You offer to accompany him to the village for support. You offer. Find out more about this girl using any contact he can find in her village. He will not be so shy if he knows something about her, and may even find out she is not the right girl for him. Let you help him write anonymous love letters and poems to see her reaction without needing to face her directly. If the reaction is favorable, you can talk to her friends in the village and arrange an accidental meeting. Yeah, let's start with the passive information gathering. Let's go with B. Oh my goodness. Your father sends you on a task in which you loathe cleaning the stables. On the way there, pitchfork in hand, you run into your friend from the homestead near your own. He offers you to do it for you in return in a future favor of shoeing. Do you decline his offer, knowing that your father expects you to do the work? It is better not to be in debt. Accept his offer, reasoning that as long as the stables are cleaned, it matters not who does the cleaning, and ask him to help you, knowing that two people can get the job done faster than one, and agree to help him with one task of his choosing in the future. the first one immediately, because it's not good to be in debt. But the last one here, that means he won't just stick you on something he wouldn't do himself, because he still has to help you. So let's go with C. Thou wouldst survive longest as a Nightblade. Wouldst thou accept this as thy destiny? Yeah, let's do that. And holy cow, that was long. What will be thy name, Nightblade? Well, let's see here. I haven't picked a gender yet. I have a coin here. So let's go ahead with heads male and tails female. And we'll see... it was tails female and heads male, right? Oh, yeah. So we'll see what name I choose based on the gender. And we've got tails, so let's go with a girl's name. And I was gonna go with Alex, so let's go with Alexis. That sounds good. And now we need... Alright, so now we're presented with... This here's a little bit... a bit of a pain. So where do you hail from, Alexis the Nightblade? Rather than choosing your actual race, you have to choose where you're from. You know, High Rock, Skyrim, Morrowind, the Black Marsh, Imperial Province. You know, you can read. So I need to choose where I want to be from and basically what race I want. And I'm not sure here. Let's go with, Let's see here. I was thinking... Let's see, who are the High Rocks? Bretons. Well, Bretons are good with, like, magic, though, right? Hammerfell, Redguards. No, you know what? I love Morrowind. I talked about it in my previous thing. Let's go ahead and make a Dark Elf. Then thou wilt be known as the Nightblade Alexis, who was called Morrowind, Land of the Dark Elves, her home. And I think for the entire series, I'm going to keep the same character. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'll just keep making the same character. Know ye this also, thy race is as deadly as the thorns of the black rose, which blooms only in thy mother's breast. Thou hast all that is graceful in thy brothers of day, yet thy mother is the moon, and thou art her children of the night. Whoa, deep. I didn't get any of that. Thy body and mind must be agile and intelligent, if thou art to succeed as a Nightblade. Remember this! Remember this. Body and mind must be agile and intelligent. Go ye now in peace. Let thy fate be written in the Elder Scrolls. Alright. Distribute thy points as needed, keeping in mind the recommendations for thy chosen class. Alright, so we're going to need agility and intelligence. And I think that since those two are the prime attributes, I'll raise them, and I'll try to keep them up. There we go. And then as we go up, I'll raise some of the other things. Now, I'll actually do a bit of a breakdown. Strength... I'm sorry, excuse me. Strength is basically... Actually, the stats are very, we'll say, complicated in the early Elder Scrolls games. So basically, the strength, you know, obviously, that's how strong you are, how much damage you can do in combat. I believe that affects fatigue, and how much you can carry, and jumping, how far you can jump. Oh, man, I can't remember how to jump. You got intelligence, which affects, obviously, your intelligence. As you can see here, spell points. That's your magicka, as it's called in the later games. I believe it also has to do with if you're figuring out a lock, if you're trying to pick it. Which works well for like a Nightblade. This is willpower. And that's kind of how tough you are mentally. Your ability to, you know, resist spells. I believe that's, you know, so you got your magic defense. You got agility, which is basically your chances of hitting an enemy with a melee weapon and your chance of getting hit with melee weapons. I'm not sure if it's applicable to ranged weapon like a bow or anything. Actually, I'm not even sure if there are bows in this. Anyways, moving on. Speed. Actually, that just increases your speed. Straight up, it just... speed. Actually, no, there are bows. That's right, because speed affects missile weapons, like, yeah, bows. So, endurance, obviously, it's your health. Personality, which will boost charisma, so if you're trying to barter and stuff. And then there's a luck stat, which affects everything. So, we've got our character made. Yeah, we'll go ahead with these stats. Thou wilt now choose thy appearance. Thy mind canst be altered by clicking thy face. When thou art finished, select Done to enter the world of Tamriel, home of the arena. Alright, so let's see here. Got that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That head seems a little proportionally weird. It's like, I don't know. That one, yeah, we'll go with that. Wait, no. One more run through. Let's see here. Now let's go with this one. No, wait. Yeah, let's go with that one. All right. Do not fear, for it is I, Rhea Salmain. Alexis, listen to me. There are others left to carry on this fight. You have been left in the cell to die. Jagartharn, Imperial battle. Oh, sure, you go slow. Okay. There are no others left to carry on this fight. Sorry. I don't want to click, because when I click, it tends to zoom through real quick. Okay, I'm clicking. Do I have to press a keyboard button? Well, crap. Alright, well, I've played this before. So basically, she's dead, but she's trying to talk to you through the, from the afterlife. And, she's saying that I need to get... Ah, crap it. There's, an artifact of some sort. Let me see. It's not in my journal. This staff, that's right. Several pieces of a staff that I need to reassemble. So, let's take a look around our cell. You can use the arrows to move around, and you know what? Actually, hold on. Let's put the detail up. All the detail does is affect your draw distance. So that's basically how far away you the game renders or draws graphics. So let's go ahead and call this Alexis Start. You awaken to the drip of water from somewhere above. Oh, man. Went too quick again. Man, things are just going by way too quick. And it could be said that, hey, that's just because my... I turned up the cycles too much, but honestly, it is a pain to play with. You guys can just pause and see it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this key. Where did this ruby key come from? It's just sitting here in my cell. Very conveniently. Well, I'm guessing that it was that apprentice, Tharn's apprentice, who's killed. I guess she somehow used her magic to... throw the key on there for you so you could get out of your cell. The corridors here seem twisted and confusing, but Rhea's instructions were to go west, then south to find the shift gate. That's right, because she set up a magical gate for you to be able to escape. So let's grab gold pieces, mace, and plate helm. And, oh, didn't crash. Okay. So we can't use either of these items. But we can use this dagger. Alright. So to go west, then south. Alright. I heard something. Seems safe to rest in these niches. Niches? You'd think the rats and them can't get to you. Basically, it's telling you if you see areas like this is where you rest. Because if you're down on the ground and you try resting, you will be disturbed. Oh, there we go. You think the rats and other creatures may not smell you with the draft that runs so close to the floor. I'm telling you, man. One thing I love about Arena, is that it's very dungeon crawly. It's very dark and it's creepy. Like you'll just be walking along and whoa. Ah! Oh, okay, right mouse button, not left. Gotcha. Nothing usable. See, I don't know, that atmosphere, you always feel very vulnerable. Really? Nothing here? No? Okay. So I went west, and then I'm supposed to go south, right? Oh, what the heck? Oh! Darn mouse rat thing. It just wouldn't be an RPG without having rats be the first primary enemy, right? Alright. I'll show you what resting. So basically, you go the campfire and you go until fully healed. So after 11 hours in this dungeon, you know, I was supposed to hurry up, but that's alright. Ah, goblins. You can't get me. I'm in the water. Aw, crap. I'm gonna try to just... Ah, they're hitting me. They're hitting me. Wait, I don't want to go east. I gotta go west. Crap. Okay, hurry up and get out. Get out. Get out. How about you? You know, that is a long dagger. Right, let's take a look at our map. Now, we got the Imperial dungeons. Now, if you actually, I believe, yeah, you left click, you can go ahead and place notes down on anywhere you want on these maps. So I want to keep going south. Red eyes seem to glitter at you from the darkness. Aha! Sacred passage! I will fight your axe. Alright, and I got a staff. Bunch of loot on the ground, silver longsword, warhammer, gold pieces. Now, the dungeons in this game. A lot of the dungeons, this one here I believe is static, in that it was pre-designed a certain way. But a lot of the dungeons in the game, like the ones that are not crucial to the actual plot, are actually all randomly generated. So I like that. There's like, even actually all the quests in the game tend to be very, oh nice. No! Get away from me, rat. Yeah, even all the quests in the game, well, sorry, not all of them, obviously, like, when I say the quests, I'm referring to the, you know, stuff that you get from, like, say, the equivalent of a guild quest or, you know, a random person you run across on the side of the road. If it were, let's say, like Skyrim or Oblivion or maybe a more modern game you might be more familiar with. Darn rats. Ahead. So ahead you can see the shimmering field of the shift gate, and you have gained a level of experience. I leveled up! Alright, so when you level up, you get some bonus points. You can go ahead and throw into your attributes. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to put 1 in endurance, 1 in luck. No, actually, we'll make 2 luck, 2 endurance, and increase speed. Actually, you know what? No, my speed should be right up. Let's actually drop those out of luck and bring up my speed. I should be quick and nimble, right? Alright, now. We said we saw the... Where is that? Oh, there we go. Okay. We said we saw the shimmering gate at the end. Now this This thing here is copy protection. That's right. Back in the day, rather than having DRM and stuff, basically they would get you to reference a page in your manual. And if you didn't have the manual, well, that's probably because you copied the game, right? So, a voice booms in your head. Look upon the pages marked in the known spellbook of your manual and enter, what is the cost of Ice Bolt? And you would look in your manual and you'd be like, oh, well, since I bought the game, I know that the cost for Ice Bolt is $367. And then I press enter and it lets me out. Let me look at the map. So we're at Verachin Hall. So because I said my starting area, rather, come on. The place I hailed from was Morrowind. It made me start off in Morrowind. And right now we are at a place called Verachin Hall. And the actual game of Morrowind takes place up here on Vardenfell. And now at this time here, as you can see, the volcano is still active. Now, this game here is a bit of a pain in that... Okay. No, no! Alright, guys. Well, I didn't even have a chance to save, so I'll go back and play through that part myself. But I will still come out at the same place. Yeah, thanks a lot there. Thanks. Yeah, I wanted peace in the afterworld. So as you can see, the game really doesn't play around, and even when you're in town, you get attacked. So I'll go ahead and get back to where I left off. And what I was trying to say, I'll address that next time. So, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed diving into, well, actually getting started here with this series. This will probably be the longest part because we know that for all future games I'm going to be playing a Nightblade. But yeah. So, until next time, game on.